My 21-year-old Lexus RX300 is having a little bit of an issue. You can see one of the blenders is not working. These are the tools I'm going to use. I'm going to take the glove compartment off. It's going to be right back there. So the issue I'm having, as you can see right here, the air should be coming out of these vents. It's not. It only comes out of the bottom. No matter what I do, I can change it to the top and the bottom, defrost, or air. Nothing comes out of here. So it's a blender as I need to fix. I bought this off Amazon for 30 bucks. So this blender needs to go right in there. So I'm going to have to take this glove box off. To take the glove box off, there are a couple of screws right here, Phillips head screws. And then there's also a little piece that the glove box, a wire that needs to come off of there. And then there's going to be some bolts down on the bottom of the glove box that need to come off. So I'll show you that as it goes on. So these are the tools I'm going to use. Little tiny socket set, screwdriver, and these, I might need one of these. And then this is one of these Harbor Freight things. It's a magnet, so you got all your screws stay there. At the bottom of the glove box are two screws. This is a 10 millimeter I've got at the end of the socket. Got one that screws off. Gonna have to take the other one off now. So this is what it looks like, and I'm just gonna turn it off. So here we have the two lower bolts are off, and then the magnetic screw case. Let's try for these upper bolts on the, but you can see those are going to be the Phillips head screws. So see, here's the Phillips head screws. You're just going to unscrew those, and then there's going to be a little plastic piece in there. You see I've already removed it, a little yellow piece way back in the right in the center of the screen. So here's the glove boxes out. These two snaps, actually there should be three snaps, but on an older car like this, right there is where that little yellow piece is supposed to go. Goes right in there. So the glove box is now out. And this is the replacement piece, and this is the piece that's going to be replaced. So we're going to have to take this little thing out here, this little plastic piece. So there's the screwdriver into one of the pieces. There's another screw hole back in there. Also, while you're in here, it's not a bad idea to replace the cabin air filter. I did not prepare to replace the cabin air filter, but it's right behind this little thing here. Let me get that out so you can see it. So you take the little cover off, and then the cabin air filter is right back in here. And you'll see it's been over a year. Mine is very dirty, so I should have replaced it, but I don't have the parts with me right now. So more on the cabin air filter. It's dirty on this side. This side pretty clean. So this is where it sucks the air in to the air conditioning system. Catches all this dirty stuff before it actually gets to the coils. So this is not what you'd recommend. You know, the cabin air filter is only a little, but I wanted you to see. I don't know. Nah, you can't see how much dirt. But that kind of cleared some of the dirt away from the cabin air filter, so I'll stick it back in there. So after, let's say you have a new air filter, you just stick this thing back in here. Then you can put the cover plate back on. So there's a screw down at the bottom that I just loosened up. We've got this one screw out. Now we're going to look at that screw right in the middle there. So once you get the screws out, you just remove this little plastic piece here. And that's the piece that we're going to replace today. And you see, you get the screwdriver on this piece pretty easy. Since the screwdriver won't fit back into there, I had to use this little ratchet wrench. That's a 1/4" socket on there, and I just took out a Phillips out of that. So we'll see how that works. And here you see we've got taking the screw off of this. That's why it's nice to have something other than a long screwdriver. So I'll restart this video when I've got this screw off, and that way you can see the new part versus the old part. So here's the part. You can see back in there the screws that were holding it in, and this old part is the new part. So we'll reinstall that and life will be good for us. So I got this off. What you do is you have to push in on this, and then that lets it out. So we'll put the new part in here, and life will be good for us. Once again, here, let me just show you how you put the new part in. Bada bing, bada boom. So you're just gonna have to make sure these things match up before you put them in here. So I will do that. Okay, so there are two pieces. You see this little piece here has to go into this. So when it moves, this thing moves. And then this little slide rail here has to go on here. So when this slide rail moves, to move it, well, probably, you can just see. So when you're putting it back on, make sure those two pieces fit in, this plastic piece and that piece there. So I do have the two plastic pieces in there. I think it's good. And I just installed this one screw right here so I could test it out. I suppose I could put this one screw in here as well. But let me see if we can test this out. Okay. So it should be moving. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Okay, so let me get this off. I should put one more screw in there. Oh, wow. Well, I'll do that now, and then we'll retest it. Okay, so I'm just going to test it. I'm going to run it through. You can see that these are moving. And I can feel the air on the dash is going to where it should. Let's just make sure the temperatureometer is still working. So let's max cold, and then put it up to max heat. And it should. Okay, so that's moving. The temperature change thing is moving, so life is good for us. Now you probably noticed that I didn't tighten this screw down all the way. That's because when this fits up in here, it doesn't have to fit on there. And the same way with this screw, you really can't see it down here, but this one has the same thing. Okay, and here we are. You see what I did is I took the screwdriver out of the end of the screwdriver so I could fit it up in here easier, and just tighten that down as much as I could. And then remember this one here, so let's just get this one. Okay, well, I'm just gonna, well, I'll try and speed this up. Well, let me just pause this. So now to get the glove part back on, we're gonna take these clips, we're gonna put them in these holes here, and then we'll go the bottom, and then we'll go the top. Okay, the clips are on, and I'm just gonna do the top before I do the bottom of this. So, okay, and the top screws are back in. So it's time for the bottom. Let's just shut that. Bottom screws right there and there. 2 screws left. A successful job when you don't have any screws left.